Pycnogenol is a supplement that I really don't hear people talk about too much, but it has made a massive difference in my life. It is a little awkward because friends and family and things could be seeing this video, but I feel like it is worth the potential slight embarrassment because I really want to get the word out on this stuff. I think it could help a lot of guys. Before I start getting too far into this, I have to make it clear I am a professional videographer. I am not a doctor. I am not an herbalist. I am not any type of medically trained, anything like that. I'm just speaking off of my own experiences. And that doesn't mean it's going to be the same for you. So, consult a doctor before you take any supplements. Don't listen to a random videographer on the internet and just wildly take stuff. It all started when I was 21 and I ended up going on to antidepressants for a period of time. There's a very common side effect with those medications, particularly for men. And unfortunately, that was something that I dealt with quite strongly. I don't know exactly where on the internet I found Pycnogenol, especially considering that it doesn't seem to be very popular on the internet in general. And it went on to have a pretty noticeable impact on the issue I was dealing with. To be 21 and having to deal with that sort of thing is pretty frustrating. And the medications that were out there were, I think, like $10 a pill and were still just rather inconvenient and also had a pretty considerable list of potential side effects. Luckily, I was able to get off of it after a couple of years. So for a while, I wasn't really taking Pycnogenol. Didn't feel the need particularly. But more recently, as time goes on, and now I've turned 41, I felt like there might have been a little bit of a difference than in my younger years in a way that, most guys, myself included, don't want to see change. So I thought back to when I was on the medication and thought, hey, can't hurt. I'll see what's going on, see how it works in this case. And dealing with what may be age-related men's health issues, it was night and day. I mean, absolutely from a pretty sad state of affairs to probably reacting like I was in my 20s again, before the medication 20s again. I take one type that I'll put on the screen here in the morning, and then I take this other one here at dinner. If I was going to be especially in a situation where I want to make sure I'm 100% as best as I can be, I probably would drop another one from breakfast into the mix at lunch. Obviously, dosages for different people vary and stuff. Also do note that this is lowering your blood pressure most likely. So if you have low already, or maybe even pretty good, that might be an issue. As I said previously, of course, consult a doctor before you mess with any of this stuff, because there was a time where I tried a couple of different supplements that were all kind of acting on the same, end result. And I ended up being dizzy, and luckily it didn't happen when I was driving or have any issues like that, but it could have been serious. So as much as, the disclaimer is oftentimes just sounds like you're just doing legal mumbo jumbo. In this case, I know if you're not careful that things can happen. To me, still a much better safety profile than the medications that are extraordinarily expensive. Well, I say that last I looked. I know there's been some different companies coming through and probably disrupting the market a bit, and I would assume lowering prices, but either way, I highly doubt that it'll ever get as affordable as Pycnogenol supplements. So given the outcome, I do have a little bit of a high blood pressure situation, not terribly, but a little. So it's been good to take it as well. It's a great 2-for-1 sort of thing for me. According to WebMD, apparently it can also help with a host of other issues like high cholesterol, which I'm sure is a common enough thing for a lot of people watching, memory issues, allergies, and just being looked at as a great all-around antioxidant. While it may not be very popular right now, I can't imagine a supplement being more effective for the issue that I was dealing with And I'm so happy that I found it one day randomly on the internet. So I'm hoping that today I can be your randomly found on the internet for Pycnogenol.